Everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Wednesday with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. I have two dynamic guests. One is my baby brother, as I call him, and I mean it in every sense of the word. He has done, the brother's great. That's all I can say. Um, and also, she might as well be my sister too, Kufunya. They are going to be at Nicholas, Brooklyn, this coming Sunday. I'm going to be there to join them on Sunday, the 27th at 3 p.m. It should be very, very exciting. But before I bring on my distinguished guests, there's a couple of things I want to do, which is talk about the sponsors. And one of them is definitely Nicholas Brooklyn, 24 years in business. And they're at 1396 Fulton Street, which is where King Simon, his guests, Sister Kufunya will be there along with myself. Also, Brother Riza Islam, who is also sponsoring the show. I thank him very, very much too. Also, Manifest on Purpose with Miss Kimberly. And I'll tell you more about some of the things that are going on with that. But before we do this, I want to do the forecast. And there's a reason why I'm going to do it this way. You know, normally I skip by, I just go right to Wednesday. I never say where the joy of numerology is the joy of learning and enlightenment. Share, like, subscribe, and LWL, Lloyd, Live with Lloyd, or Lloyd Strayhorn will never DM you for money. This line is the most important line to me, other than the cosmic forecast for today. But let's deal with that. Today is Wednesday, it's the 23rd of 2024. The sun is now in Scorpio. The moon is still in Cancer. It's a 9-universal month, but now it's a 4-universal week, a 5-universal day. So those under the signs of Gemini or Virgo, or if they're born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of the month, well, they will do well. In fact, what I want to do is do this a second, because there's something I just want to bring to people's attention as to what is going on. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Before I bring King Simon on and Sister Kufunya, I got a text this morning, and actually I called the person to thank them. Evidently, there is somebody going around pretending to be me, and only because I've had this client. So you'll get an idea of what's going on. This was the text that was originally sent to me. Okay, it says, okay, what kind of reading do you want to consider? Because if you look at the top, she says, I'm ready for a 2025 reading. All right. So whoever this person is, and then they says, do you want a general love, full relationship, career, or future reading? Try to tell me what kind of reading you want me to consider you for. Love. I don't talk like that to my clients. That should have been a red flag. And she did. So she says, okay, let me pretend. And she said a future reading. All righty. Then the next piece, because you'll have to please pay attention. I did a public disclaimer before. You got to pay attention because people will try to scam. And she said, okay, give me a few minutes for consult the reading on your behalf. And how much would you like to donate to appreciate my energy or consult the reading on your behalf? I don't talk like that. And she says, hi, Lord, I'm a repeat client of yours, Natasha from Baltimore. I called your cell phone to schedule an appointment, but you didn't respond. So-and-so, my reading was this and that. And instead of the person responding, they says, okay, what's your payment method so I can start processing your reading? That should have been another clue. And she says, I will reach out on your website. So when all things else fails, what they did was they decided to go with phase 3. And this was it here. I want you to see this was in their DM. So if you're getting these in your DM, understand. And they says, okay, what's your payment method so I can start processing it? And they said, you'll reach out there, reach out on the website. And then they says, how do I know this is you? Instead of answering, it says, okay, I hope you already know that this reading is very important in any human's life making it once in a while help to get to know what is wrong and what is coming ahead of you. So if you're already for it, what is your payment method? Then I will consult you. And then she says credit card. And she went on to say, I am reporting you to this. And in fact, I'll show you the actual website that was this. Now, this is very important. And this is, well, anyway. So this was the last of it. And they totally ignored what she was saying. And she says, I'm reporting it because you're not Lloyd. I just spoke with him. B stars. B stars, get a job. So whoever it is, and let me show you the site. This is why you must pay attention before you part with your hard-earned money. You got to read. And this is the imitation site right here that should be reported. Okay, this should be reported. Notice it's numerology. It doesn't say numbers in you. They have my image, okay, but it's numerology underscore numbers in you. Notice what mine says. LWL or Lloyd Strayhorn will never DM you for money. This one says LS will DM $41 or something like that. So that is the tip off. And so I want to show you my original TikTok, and so we can just move on with my guests and get this straight. This is my original TikTok site. Notice what I said at the bottom. LW will never DM you for money. Never. I don't do this. This is my original site on TikTok. It is numbers in you. Any other variation, it's a fake. It's a fraud. And if you're not paying attention, somebody will get your money. Okay, so I'm just so it can't be said we ain't have this conversation. This is what my original TikTok site looks like. Pay attention. And at the bottom, I says Lloyd LW, meaning me, will never DM for money. I don't do that. And I don't call you love. Okay. I mean, it ain't like that. I don't talk to people like that. So these are red flags. You got to understand, when you got people like Simon and myself and others, we're very professional. This is how we roll. We don't be, now if we know you, that's something else. Because, we know each other like that. But basically, if you're a complete stranger, I do not address myself like that towards you, much less ask you for money. So now that I got that out the way, now let me bring on my distinguished guest. My first one is Brother King Simon and Sister Kufunya. How y'all doing? Oh, good. I was going to say, you need to
Wagwan.
These people.
Wagwan.
It's interesting. There's nothing but air and fire on this panel.
Yeah, that's true.
Two air, Aquarius, and Leos. And the first person to reach the moon was a Leo. Mm-hmm. And the second person on that ship, Buzz Aldrin, was an Aquarius. Mm-hmm. So I just think it's very, very interesting. We balance the air and the fire.
Right, exactly.
Before I get to you, Simon, Kufunya, I have to give you credit. You have really raised the communities in terms of having blue pill and in
Kiru.
You're gonna have Haru. You had Rizal Islam. You and Monique. I mean, how did you do
yep.
How did you do all of this?
Well, we have to give credit also to Brother King Simon, because how's my levels? Because I know my voice carries.
Your level is fine.
Okay. I have to give props to King Simon, because he was doing all of these different fantastic events in Brooklyn while I was doing other things, touring, working at East West Books and yoga studio. And, King Simon invited me to come to some of his events and whatnot to vend. And then he moved to, I'm compressing the story. He moved to Georgia, and then it was like a void. it was a void happening. And so it just unfolded like that. And he's been sending us very important people that can bring life transformational events to their lives. I think we started out with Dr. Wesley Muhammad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We started out with Dr. Wesley Muhammad, and he was such a joy to work with. I mean, the man is so knowledgeable, and the people had a good food for their mind. And he has excellent books and everything. And then from there, we just started, you know, Professor Kaba, Professor James Small, you know, Rissa Islam, Red Pill, Blue Pill.
Yeah.
And then King Simon would come up from Georgia and do Sister Ma'at. He would have me do the meditations, which I'm going to be doing on Sundays, on this coming Sunday. And it's just been evolving from there. And I talked to, what's his name again? His name, his face is right in front of me. I was on his live, Professor Griff. I was on his live today, and I let him know that King Simon said, your band is fire. And I said, you got to come up. You got to come. So hopefully we're going to be working on that, because he is going to be in Maryland soon, I think, in either the first or second strong in November. So I got to reach out to him. I got to talk to Monique. We got to see how we can get the logistics together. And King Simon is the catalyst. I mean, he's here, he's there, but he's also here too, helping us get it together. I do all the media stuff, making sure people get the information, making sure that they get their interviews, making sure that, you know, I'm following. I mean, look, me and Simon go back. We go back in promotion and publicity and planning events at some of the world-renowned venues.
That's right.
So we know how to tingle.
Matter of fact, Kufunya, Brother Nuri is trying to get in contact with Nicholas. They called me the other day, and he's going to be in town in November, but they're looking for another space to do something also.
All right, so you can give him my number.
Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, it's Brother Jabril. You remember Brother Jabril from Respect for Life?
I do.
Yeah, he's the one that's producing, so he wants to come and do something. He asked me if he called me yesterday. I told him he has Monique's number, but I don't know if he called her. So, but I'll let him know. I'll text your number to him.
Well, hold up now. I got to get my 2 cents in too about King Simon.
Only 2 cents, sir. Only 2 cents.
Well, it's going to be 1,000,000 cents, actually.
I'll drink to that.
King Simon, I worked in radio back in the day. WBLS, WLIB. We really did this, and unbeknownst to me, working there, not knowing that we would form the relationship. My first introduction to Nicholas books at that time was in Brooklyn by King Simon. My first PowerPoint that I ever did was through King Simon, and it was on Palmer Street. And in fact, because of it, I'm going to have a Palmer Street workshop course in April of next year.
Yes, right.
And also,
excuse me.
Okay.
King Simon also got me on StreamYard. Everything that you see I did, I have to thank this brother. I love
my flowers, sir. I love my flowers.
Yeah, good. Well, they need to be bigger. Okay. He also had me do a co-lecture with Dr. Sabi's wife, which I was extremely honored there at Nicholas, Brooklyn. Yeah. So I got to give this man his props. And there's some other things outside of Nicholas, Brooklyn that was equally fun, but we ain't gonna go there because.
and how me and you got together, Lloyd, is by at East West Books.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like
shows you got it, how we're all connected.
I'm telling you,
to give him his props too. So now, Simon, okay, now that we done got that out the way, how you doing, man?
Now I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed. Because Lloyd knows that embarrassed. He knows when I embarrass him. but I'll tell you this, family. Both of them both of them have been a mainstay for a long time, family. And Lloyd, like I said, I heard Lloyd back in '88, and he read me on the book in '89, and that was it. And I didn't get onto what I was on radio, but I was on like WNWK. If you remember WNWK,
Yep.
WWRL. But yeah, but those are the times. And I tell people I didn't buy Lloyd's book first. I bought Helen Hitchcock's book first because
Nothing personal.
yeah, nothing personal. And then I got to read him, not even from Lloyd first. I got to read him from his student, James Dillahunt.
Yeah, I forgot I taught him. Yes, he lives in
Yeah.
North Carolina. In Trenton,
Yeah,
North
either
Carolina.
and I still got his cassette that he did for me and the whole write-up. I did the whole. I remember that. So, but Lloyd is definitely, like I said at the awards show, he was the catalyst for me going to that next level and keep on going and creating my own little numerovational thing and making it innovative and putting the motivational twist from different speakers that I know. Because if I feel a person energy, and I'll quote a Les Brown and a Ian Levon's not in a minute, show them how it blends with their energy. Because I know their birthdays, so you just want to blend their energy. You don't want to make sure you feel them out. But and in the authorship, it was him. Lloyd is one of the people, and Polite, of course, at that time was one of the people that pushed me to write. And these books now, I got 5 books in. I'm 5 books in, and my 5th book.
And let me say this, Simon. I talked about you and I about 2 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
There is, if one Googles, go to Google and pick up the best numerology best-selling books of all times. Of all time, they've listed it from 1 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Both King Simon and I books are on that list.
Yep.
All right.
So I think the best 50 best world-selling books of all times in numerology, King Simon and I hit that list.
That's this book here. Numbers are simple, people are complicated.
That's
his book. Exactly.
Y'all can show off right now. Miss Soon have my book up there, so you could. So all 3 of us, I'll join the club.
Exactly.
But it's really, really nice, and I mean, and Simon has definitely proved to be an exceptional human being. I mean, nobody's perfect, but Simon is as close as you can get to it. Seriously, selfless, help people
for real,
stretched out. I mean, it's just like, wow. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Seriously. It's really organic. The way we came together was like we wasn't pressuring one another. Like, oh, I got to make. It just came organically.
Yeah.
It's just like when the universe feels certain vibrations, they bring people together organically. So you don't have to worry about anything. Exactly. What will happen for you is for you.
Now, Simon, tell us about your event, and then this leads to you, Kufunya, because I think you're going to have Brother Haru still, I think. Is that correct?
On Saturday.
Okay, good. So
the day before,
because Simon is on Sunday.
Let us talk about hers first, ladies first, and then I'll talk about mine. Is right after this, the day after. So
see, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the class. That's how Simon goes. Okay,
ladies.
This is how we roll. Yes. So, first of all, give thanks to Brother Lloyd. Give thanks to Brother King Simon, and give thanks to Nicholas Brooklyn.
Yeah,
I say.
Get ready and give your props to that family, because it is definitely a family affair. For me, I call it an institution, because we're bringing these avatars, these beautiful people that bring life transformational things without any effort, so to speak, because they're bringing it from their heart center, their heart chakra center, and from their third eye and crown chakra, just bringing the frequencies in, because this is a time, as Brother Lloyd would say, and as Brother King Simon would say, this is the age of Aquarius. This is the age of unveiling. The unveiling, I always say in certain contents, I say the unveiling continues. And so closing out October, we're having on the 25th, the 26th, Saturday, we're having Brother Haru, who has been doing amazing things to eradicate certain things that have, how can I say it?
Helps people.
The well-being of our people. So he's helping to restore that, and he has receipts.
And I reconnected them.
Yes. Hello. It's crazy, man.
That's why you can't talk bad about nobody. This
You
world.
never, hey,
Exactly.
hey. That's why you have to be good to one another, because you never know how you're going to meet up with them. So it's best that you on the good side of the person, so we can move forward with what we have to do, you know. But I just love the organic, you know, how things are organic, you know, grassroots style, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what we're having this coming Saturday. We're doing a sound healing meditation. I'm doing a sound healing meditation. Big up Miss Monique in the building.
That's our girl.
Yes, yes. So, like I said, closing out October, which is actually the 8th month, but I'm not going to get into it. Um, closing out October, we're having Brother Heru, like I said before, and I'm going to be doing the sound healing meditation before we open the way. And this brother is coming with receipts. I tell you, he's coming with receipts, and it's going to be amazing. And then after that, Sunday is party time. Party. Party time with Brother King Simon, and he's having some amazing guests. I met one of them this past Saturday, and her name is Tamika Royale.
Royale, yes, yes.
And she is she has this very important business, which Simon can speak on more of it. But then we're having Brother Lloyd Strayhorn going to be in the building.
Quietly.
And I'm also going to be doing the sound healing meditation before we open the way. So it's party time coming, you know, moving through the October vibration and bringing in another vibration. And I have to give thanks to the Creator for the beautiful weather that we're having, that happens to be very summer-like. I don't know if Indian summer ended already, but it's beautiful. And I thank you for allowing me to be with the family, with the collective. I am honored to be in the presence of King Simon, Monique, you know, my beautiful, beautiful Aquarius brother, Lloyd Strayhorn.
So embarrassing.
Let me stop acting up.
Worse than me.
Thank you.
Now,
Yeah.
Simon, this is
Yes,
the
sir.
overlay. Tell us all about this, buddy.
Well, as my second, I did a 29-year celebration in Georgia with the tribute to Dick Gregory with Ashra Kwesi. That had a good turnout, very good turnout there. Ashra Kwesi and Mira Kwesi tore the place up. Very good place. And Brother Rich spoke. Dr. B. Sirius spoke. Red Pill and Blue Pill spoke. The representation of Queen of Fours rep came because Queen couldn't make it. She was doing a retreat. Sister Amira Hassan spoke. Brother Lloyd Hester from out of Harlem spoke, who's helping to run the New Black Wall Street. And also Kim Woodson, she spoke also, who helps to run the New Black Wall Street events. And I decided to do the second leg that's going to be in Brooklyn at, of course, why not? The place Nicholas, Brooklyn, where a lot of stuff went down. And I know the family for many years, and they're celebrating 50 years. So we got Tamika Royale, and we're expecting Amira Hassan, but she's going through some stuff with her grandmother. And I pray that her grandmother survives whatever's going on. So she might not be able to make it. She might not be able to make it. Amira might not be able to make it, but we got Kufunya going to be there. You could say a few words also, Lloyd. Joshua Sarah is going to be there. Tamika, she runs a community, a beautiful community and business, a non-for-profit business called Healing the Hoods Corp. She couldn't make it on tonight because she's also an actress and she does a lot of community work. So she's had to do a filming today. So she's in a few television shows and y'all might notice her face, but I don't know all the rest of the names. But I know I'm expecting also BAI supposed to be there. I'm hearing WBAI supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So Tamika Royale is also a tarot reader and tarot consultant, and also
Beautiful queen.
Very good energy. Born the same day as Malcolm X. I told her that she can talk to you to get on your show to really drop what she does as far as helping a lot of people, children that went through molestation or pedophilia. She does all of that. She helps these people. So she's a helper. Like,
well, speaking of helping, I got quite a few of my guests on my show from you.
Yeah. So we are definitely exposing this new book that I got. The children.
Now tell us about that book, buddy.
Well, big up to Teresa, because she's also on the line. Teresa's AKA Rainbow Heights. She's going to be there. She's coming in from Jersey to come and be there in support. So both of us will sign the book if we have to. But her picture and everything else. But this is called Let We Tell the Story. This is my 5th children's book that's out. Y'all can order it now through my link tree. But also look at the beautiful artwork that this beautiful sister provides. Just the front page caught me when she first designed the front page. That was it.
Yeah.
Then that was it. But when I started going in, this is based off of my reggae song called Black and White Story. So we call the chorus was Let We Tell the Story. So I might sing the song at the event.
You gotta sing the song.
Yeah, I gotta sing the song. I'm gonna play the YouTube video. I got the one about Let Us Tell the Story, white history. Then he talked about black history, how they condemned us to slavery. And then one child read the book and she got real sensitive to the slavery part. And that probably triggered me. And she's an old soul. She's born under number 8. So I got to shout out Lavender, Paris's daughter. She got real emotional overseeing the whole slavery thing. That means she's an old soul that's tapped in, but she enjoyed the book when she started going. And I tell them the lies they told us and all that kind of stuff, and thought bringing up our history in the book. Very good gloss. It's a gloss book all the way through. I got Dr. Laila Africa up in there. I got people like Mansa Musa, Queen Ty up in there. Of course, George Washington, of course, because it's white, it's black, but let we tell the story. Then I got Sabi up in here. I got Sabi here in cartoon form. My grandfather, Dennis Brown, in cartoon form. Queen Ty, a whole host of them. Then she breaks down the anatomy in color form, and that's how I give the lyrics. So big up to Rainbow Arts, really designed this beautiful, but good for children to read. It's only one sentence per page, because I didn't need it, because it's all based on my song, and my song was very simple. It was called Black and White Story. It went up to number 5 on the reggae chart, not only in New York, but throughout Canada and also in Jamaica. So we was doing my thing back in 1990. So
what inspired you to write that?
Bob Marley's Children, another Aquarian.
Yes.
What happened is that Bob Marley's children started taking lyrics from Bob and turning them to children's books. So I got 3 of the books. 3 Little Birds, One Love, and I seen the art in there, and I said, wait a minute, I got at least 2 albums that I wrote, and I didn't put out all of them. Let me start with the first one and I'm gonna put out a series from my own music that I wrote. So I wrote a lot of reggae songs.
Simon. That is great.
I got one called Red Light, Green Light, 1, 2, 3. Me hope everybody can follow me. Simon says, put your hand in the ear. On wave them like you just don't care. Simon says, I got a song called Simon Says that I wrote years ago. And I got a song called Arabic Style. I got a song that I sung in Arabic and translated into English back in the day. And then I got another song called You Only Have One Life to Live, and we have to live it. I switched that whole song they did in reggae and turned it into a whole, not a love song. It was a more positive song about living life righteously. So I'm going to turn that into a children's book. So I got a whole host of lyrics that I copywritten years ago.
Now you're going to have that book there for sale, the children's book?
Yeah, the children's book is on Amazon right now. You can go to my link tree. You can put it up. I think you got my link tree.
Are you going to personally have one? Because I want to buy one from you.
Oh yeah, I have a good amount of books. I have this book.
Me too.
I have this book here. I got this book. I got a few of these books. No Promotion is Bad Promotion. And I have my first children's book. Numbers of children's book is important. So I don't have any numerovation. Don't worry. I don't have none of these books. So, but I only have those 1, 2, 3 books that's going to be on sale. And
do you have Numbers of Simple People Are Complicated?
Yes, I do. I only have like a few of those too. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Because I didn't get a chance to order everything that I wanted and carry here to Georgia, so I had to order a few from the site. Because remember, Dr. Africa is the one that produced our books.
Yeah,
He's the one that did the publishing for these books. So I'm proud of that journey. And but it's gonna be fun because if you go to the link tree and buy the tickets, that means it's a donation. So you could donate from $5 up. But if you're just going to donate $5, just come and purchase a book, which is only $11. So $11.11. So just come and get a book at $11.11. I'm only using PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo. They took away my Cash App. It's all right. I don't care. We keep it moving. But I have, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to do a PowerPoint and numbers presentation, and I'm going to sing the song. Y'all going to see me sing the song, Black and White Story. I'm going to play the video that I have on YouTube and play that video, and we're going to sing along with the song because it's a children's story. It's a children's song. But I remember one time, Lloyd, I was on Franklin Avenue, and this little child and their mother was coming up. He said, "Mommy, that's the guy I seen you on TV, I'm like, he seen me on TV? He seen me on BCAT.
Really?
And he remembered the song Black and White Story. Now he got to be like 20 years old now because this song was written in 89. He got to be like 20 something.
Wow.
Right now, that little boy. And I just gave him a big hug, shook his hand, and it was on a train over a train station because I used to set up and sell oils and incense. And he remembered me when he seen my smile and he seen me, and I was blowing up. I was number 5 on the reggae chart back in the day. So
that's right, baby.
Yeah, we're doing our thing, girl. Doing our thing back in the
right.
day.
And I wanted to also say that I agree with what you were talking about with Bob Marley's children making their songs into children's book, because I think he has a new book out called Pajama Nation or something like that. He was just on YouTube on Instagram talking about it.
Which one?
Ziggy Marley.
Ziggy, Ziggy probably turning some of his lyrics into books because his daughter's handling the children's book. His daughter Sedella is handling the children's book. So they all got a little, but Bob was right. As an Aquarius in this Aquarian age, they're not gonna tired to see my
face.
Can't get me out of the race. Right? He has so much grandchildren. They all look like him. You see, YG Marley is singing right now. I mean, grandchildren after grandchildren. And I mean, I got a lot of grandchildren too. But matter of fact, let me big up my daughter. She's having a baby shower. That's why one of the reasons I'm here. She's having a baby shower on Saturday, so I'll be over there for her baby shower. My 15th grandchild is coming into the realm around December. So I think around Bruce Lee's birthday or Richard Pryor's birthday. One of those birthdays he's coming through. She is coming through. I want to big up my cousin Shireen, who used to be my manager in Montreal, Canada, and Suave that was just here. He and Anthony, he was bigging me up because he remembered me from all these things. And we just had a major meeting about doing certain things, but I can't mention that now. That's going to be something big. But like Lloyd said, you got to treat people good on the way up.
And it don't cost nothing.
I don't cost nothing. And then as he was talking, I'm remembering him, but he was always the quiet one in the bunch. I'm remembering the guy Suave talking, but he was always in the quiet one in the bunch. And I'm like, wow, now I know his face. But past all the gray and the old getting older, it was just what it is. And I said, man. And he said, man, I'm glad you didn't go down that negative route with the conscious community and all that. But I'm not into that. I'd rather be, spook that sat by the door and all that kind of stuff, that watch and do what I do to keep things moving. And I'm glad I never got caught up in too much of the madness, although I was promoter of certain people. However, people don't realize we as, I've been on stage, and myself and Lloyd and we've been on stage. Somebody gave us a chance. I'm always about young people and chances. So even if I got polite on the stage, I gave him a chance because he was sincere. And 2 of the elders came to me and say, give him a chance. And I said, okay, let's give him a chance. And I had him open up. And there's many people that, out of all the hundreds of people, 1 or 2 bad apples. I got it. I understand. But don't blame me for everything for the bad apples. I know what I had to do. And I know how much conversations I had behind the scenes about the situation with him. So, go ahead.
Monique out of Nicholas, Brooklyn says, we will bring out the fog machine for the song, Simon. Okay? So, get ready, buddy.
Girl, this ain't no strip show, girl. This ain't no strip show.
I
Here we go. Hi.
I wanted to add that what you're saying, Brother Lloyd, is so true, and you, King Simon, because in the business that King Simon and I were in, there were a lot of people who wanted to get, up close and personal to various artists and whatnot. Yeah. And I remember back in the day, Jimmy Cliff, I had the opportunity to meet Jimmy Cliff at the Great Lawn in Manhattan. And some people wanted to have the opportunity to meet him. And I said, come on, True, come true. Come on. It's the same thing that I did with the band that I was managing, Midnight. I did the same thing. People wanted to meet our beautiful brother, Vaughn Benjamin. And I just think when that rubbed off on me, when Jimmy Cliff did that, that, people are people, and they want to know that if they have a dream that they could, manifest that dream themselves. And if by meeting someone that is, that is there already, who had to climb and go through certain trials and tribulations to get there, by all means, it's a good thing to do.
You mentioned Jimmy Cliff. I met Jimmy Cliff back in 1985 at the Ansar Allah community at Bushwick Avenue, because he was Muslim. Naeem, his name was Naeem. So, and that's why he named his son Lukman. He named Umar. You remember who used to do security for Polite? Those are the Muslim names. As a matter of fact, show you that. Put me up in front, Lloyd. Let me show something. Let me show the picture of these. Now, y'all see the picture? They got me and Isaac Hayes. Me and you got Monteria Ivy. When I used to produce events for Monteria Ivy, the comedian, of course, of Uptown Comedy Club. That's me and Tinga Stewart over here. Then me and the Caribbean Blend. I mean, this is from this book. No Promotion.
Yeah, I was going to say that's from No Promotion is Bad Promotion.
I'm in that book too.
Me and El General, the first reggaeton artist. El General. Me and, of course, Steel Post with the one, the only Shelly Thunder. Me and, of course, I could go through my whole book with all the different artists that I have, and that's just a little bit of artists in this book. And I only have 3 of these books on sale, so I only have 3 of these books on sale, so I couldn't bring a lot of.
Someone in the chat who came late wanted to know where can they purchase the book.
Amazon. I'll go through my link tree. Lloyd, put the link tree up there and all that stuff.
Lakeisha Williams.
Yeah, they can go to my link tree. And they'll take you directly to all of my book, Linktree, King Simon, the Numerology. King Simon, the Numerology, to all my books on Linktree. You see them right there in succession. As soon as you scroll down, you go. And if you want to send love gift, that's paypal.me/King Simon. But I'm telling you, family, I've worked with Malik Yoba. I've worked with Brand Newbie. As a matter of fact, I just sent a picture to Lord Jamal about when I did security for him. I sent the picture of one of the security badges we had just to let him know that I've been there for a long time. I was just, we was in the cut, doing what we did.
Simon, you turned me on the Linktree. I now have Linktree always fast numbers than you. When you said Linktree, I said Linktree. Who's he?
Link what? Yeah, me. But
and King Simon also has inspired me to write my first book.
Finally.
Poetry and Insights, which prayerfully will be coming out sooner than later. And I got a couple of more books that I have to talk about me being in the music business, how I got into crystals, all the different artists that I met and everything like that over the years. So I met quite a few people, when I start thinking about it, I said, I have to get in contact with King Simon. So when I start working on that book, he can assist me with how to structure it and everything like that.
Do you still have pictures? Do you have still pictures?
I got pictures, honey. I got receipts.
Well, that back of that book is a glossary. I made it a whole picture glossary, photo glossary. So I just put it in the back. All my pictures in the back. I got me and Khaled Muhammad. I got all kind of people. So, you know how we do, man. I got people in here. We know how we do, Lloyd.
We got people.
We got peoples.
And we got receipts.
Yeah, and I
Well,
tell people
we are people signs anyway. Leos and
yes,
Aquarians.
exactly. And I kept all of my flyers. I have all of them in photo.
Oh yeah, I have mine too. Yeah.
That must be impressive, Simon.
Oh, yeah,
You've been doing it for decades.
I got a lot of flyers since 1980. Somebody gave me a flyer from 1989 with my name on it, and I said, "Thank you very much." I put it in there for my 89, and I've been doing promotions since I was 12.
Wow.
And my father opened up a nightclub the year I was born, a nice little lounge. So I've been in this whole life since I was a child, since I was a baby. So it's been fun, and now we're doing metaphysics and having good time. I done won awards now. I'm so happy for that win awards and still be able to shout out people like Lloyd, and he could hear it for himself. He's not in no grave, so he heard it for himself. What I did.
So, yeah, that was when you was given the award at the Billy Carson event.
Billy Carson, yeah, 4 Bit of Knowledge Award, and I shouted you out. 19 Keys was in the audience. Michael Beckford was in the audience. All of them. Latrell was in the audience. A lot of people was in the audience, man, and we had a good time. Brother Rich, everybody was there, and me and Dr. B won. So big up to Dr. B Serious also.
Absolutely, doing the work, doing the work. And I want to say, King Simon has the ageless gene in him.
Everybody say that.
I'm telling you, the same.
I don't wear just for men either. I don't put none of that stuff on my head. So
no, it's in the genes.
I'm just doing what I do. Take
a
care of
star seed,
Don't do what you do, family. Do what you do.
Hey, Kufunya, are you going to have some crystals? Because you're known as the crystal lady also.
Oh, I'm going to have some crystals. I have my crystal forest that I was guided to bring forth to people, and I'm going to have different copper pendants and everything like that, where people can receive certain frequencies and energy. And with the crystal bowls, the Tibetan bowls, we're going to go to higher heights there, because it's important for the connection, like Brother Lloyd said and King Simon said, we're in the age of Aquarius.
Wow,
so unveiling is happening.
That's nice. That's nice.
Oh yeah, that's the chakra one. Yes.
Yeah. This is one I got from Sister Kufunya.
Yes. Thank you, Lord, for supporting me. Yes.
Oh yeah, always. I really have no choice, which is a good thing. Okay. This is nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So nice.
So we're going to have a good time this weekend, family. The 26th with Heru, and then the 27th with me and the whole crew. So we're going to have a good time.
And that's at 1396 Fulton Street in the borough of Brooklyn, Nueva York. That's 1396 Brooklyn, right down from Restoration
Plaza, right there. Now, Lloyd is going to be doing some sessions. I might do some sessions, but let me tell. When Lloyd is in the building,
I called him for the birthdays. I started to pull you in, Simon, but I know how you do. But
when Lloyd gets in, I let Lloyd do his thing on. I let him have it. I let him have it because he's there. He's the master teacher, man. I let him do it.
He is.
So you guys got to do it. But just preparing for this 2025. Just make sure y'all stay very clear in your communications and be willing to be adaptable, because as much as 2025 adds up to that number 9, 20 plus 25 adds up to 45, and that deals with 2 communicating numbers. But you have to be flexible with that 5, and you got to be standard, focused, and be very clear in your communication with that 4. And then the 9 means move with your intuition in an assertive manner. So you got to know how to make it all work for yourself in general, but as everybody's going to have their own individual personal year. And right now we are in a very, very interesting time. As long as if it adds up to a number 9, stay on a higher vibe, because 9 is about humanitarian. 9 is about that. 9 is the single digit number that is the highest single digit number. So you always got to stay on a higher mental. So when they try to go low, you go high. When they try to bring you down low, you go high. In a number 9 year, don't do it to yourself, because if you go down, if you go down to the lower levels of the number 9, it becomes destructive. You go down to the lower level, it becomes destructive. That's why it's a warring Martian number for the Mars. So you got to be very careful. Go high with the compassion and the passion that 9 brings from the Scorpion perspective and that healing perspective. But if you go down to the war perspective with the Aries, you're gonna have problems. Be careful out there in the streets.
Kufunya, what do you see for 2025 in your perspective?
From my perspective, I see that we have to really ask the question, who am I? Why am I here? And what did I reincarnate to do? And realize that you have a mission to accomplish. And if you don't do that mission, like I would say this, like Spirit told me, like, hey, I didn't give you these words just to keep to yourself. You know, it's time for you to put them out there because people are waiting for that. So if you don't do what you come here to do, you know, a lot of people will, quote unquote, be disappointed or suffer because sometimes, you know, most of the time the words that you say to people are uplifting words and can also give them permission to fulfill their dreams.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we definitely have to get into your higher self, your higher frequency, you know, spirituality. And we have to remember that everything was non-physical first, and then it came into manifestation. It's real. We have the power of life and death in the power of the tongue. Word sound power is very, very key. Your thoughts create reality. So if a thought comes to you and it's not loving to you, you have to dissipate that energy and replace it with something else that makes sense, because sometimes thoughts do come to you that are not even your thoughts, because we are antennas. We're magnetic. So I'm learning myself, you know, every day is a learning experience for me. You know, I've gone through my trials and tribulations and everything like that, but I'm still here and I got my work to do, and it's going to be fire.
That's right. And
Now, Kufunya, a person asked at the bottom, was this all amethyst?
No. Yes, it is. It is all amethyst. Yes, it is.
Hold on
Yes.
a second. So let me put it on full screen. So
Yeah.
see.
Yes, that is all pure amethyst crystals.
I know this thing is beautiful.
Thank you.
Amethyst.
And I have rose quartz one.
It's beautiful. And you're going to have some of these on sale?
Yes, I have the rose quartz. I have all of the stones for the chakras. I have real citrine from Brazil. And I'm going to have the gifts there. I have gifts for King Simon. I have, of course, for you, Lloyd, you know, and that beautiful, beautiful sister who's a tarot card reader, Tamika. She's amazing. When I met her, I mean, her energy is, I mean, you could feel the sincerity of a person. You could really, really feel that. And for us to really, really stay grounded, you know, be grounded, go into the park, sit in the park, you know, get some grounding slippers, you know, and get your grounding mats. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know, Kufunya, you know, those that have been watching my show, King Simon Presents, got to remember that I've been focusing on words and sayings lately. I haven't been focusing on too much birthdays, because words sound and power, and we'll say a lot of other words before we even say our name that much. So words are very important. That just looking at the word amethyst in the Chaldean adds up to a 27. So that's already taking you to the creative and productive perspective that can help you reap the harvest. So already that number is a number of the scepter of something that's been passed down from generation to generation, that you have to take hold of its creativity and productivity, but finish what you start, because 2 and 7 are very intuitive numbers. So just the word amethyst in the Chaldean system reveals the intuitive strength that it carries, just from a mathematical, from the older system of numerology. I didn't even do the Pythagorean. I usually do both of them on my classes. And and I tell people, make sure y'all subscribe to my membership, because on my membership is where all the lessons, the only thing I keep out there right now is the interviews. The lessons go into the membership, and my membership on YouTube is only $9.99. Everybody gets a piece, get to enjoy it. It's different from my course on Udemy, and it's different from my 8-hour course that I produced already. I'm focusing on.
Well, you wouldn't be an Aquarius if you did not vary it up, brother.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm about to do magnetic mindset in a mathematical equation, and I'm going to do familiarity breeds contempt in a numerical breakdown of what it means. Familiarity breeds contempt.
Look at this man here. I mean,
break it down. Because people, Lloyd, they don't realize there's positive and negative in everything. So
yes, that's the whole principle of electricity, AC/DC.
Exactly. Big up to Suave. Suave is in the building. Yeah, yeah.
Right, and Brother Lloyd, I mean, as a mentor and how you see King Simon evolve, I know that shines on your heart and soul tremendously.
No, we're brothers.
Yeah,
I know,
man. That Lloyd,
that's it. Lloyd, I will stand and defend him any day, and I will stand and defend him. That's how we roll.
That's right. Because I tell people when we was in what's so funny, we was in New Orleans when we did that workshop with Nina and of course Jackie Levine. Big up to Jackie Levine and Aquarius Maximus. And Lloyd went off somewhere to go get some food, and I was watching his back. I was just don't touch him. I'm cool. I turned around while I'm waiting for mine and watching him, because that's just the Nation of Islam and me from being under Dr. Khalid and Minister Farrakhan. Because that's what I used to do for Dick Gregory. He's my elder. You look out for your elders, although he don't consider himself my elder, but I look out for those elders because he might not be able to do what I got to do when I get over there, because it's gonna be over when I get.
You know what? And I will do the same too for King Simon. That's it.
And me too. And me too.
Listen, this is a question.
I'll bring out the pistol.
Kufunya, this is a question for you. Ooh, does she have an online store?
Yes, I do. It's www.kufunya.com.
Is it in your banner?
No, but let me send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
Big up to Swab. I had a meeting with him and my cousin Shireen. They used to call her Susie Q back in Canada, a model. So she's the first Black formed modeling agency, Black owned and operated modeling agency, and also acting agency in Canada from back in the day. And I used to work for her back in the day too, back when I was younger. So hey, I used to do set design. People don't even know I used to do that too. So a lot of people, as a matter of fact, in 2025, I'm going to be producing plays. One woman and one man plays. That's my next goal. So I'm going into a number 3 personal year. So it makes sense to expand again in another way. Because my family in Jamaica was known to write. They produced pantomime for 2 years, and those that are from Jamaica, they know what the pantomime plays was. But I'm going to be doing one woman and one man plays with the LCD screen in the back, so they can change scenes with that. All of that. So I got a few people that. Matter of fact, Tamika Royale is one of the actresses that's going to have their own one woman play, and there's another sister named Zahelia Anderson. She's a martial artist, and I want her to put her whole dancing and whole martial arts spiel in a one-woman play, and then have a therapist or somebody talk about what you just experienced on the stage. Still have the community with vendors and everybody around. I want the same energy, but I want to have a play, then somebody speak on that topic, whether it's molestation or big abuse, whatever I'm going to do is going to be about that. And I'm celebrating my 30th year celebration and promotion and production in New York first. So
yes,
I just went to the Victoria 5 Theater to meet with them to find out what's the cost and all the extras that I need to do. I'm looking at the National Black Theater, but they ain't open. They're still working on it right now. So I'm going to look at that. But Victoria 5, or we're going to do Crown Hill Theater right there in Brooklyn. We're looking at those 2 spots, right? 3 spots right now.
Well, evidently Stephen E is very impressed. He says he hear you about plays.
Yeah. I can't because it's gonna be different, because I want a panel discussion after that sister does her display on whether it's about molestation or abuse and how to defend himself off of that or whatever. Matter of fact, I got one dedicated to Miss Cleo. I have a play in my head dedicated to Miss Cleo right now, because Miss Cleo was the real deal, but she had a mom and pop shop, and they really messed her up. If y'all watch the documentary, they messed her up. The guys that was controlling her name and bought her name out. They really messed her up. In
fact, I was supposed to be on her show before they went west on her.
And they done took her away. Yeah, but I have a whole dedication to Miss Cleo, and I'm looking for somebody
she was
that
popular too. Very, very.
Yeah, she was a Leo too. She was a Leo. So You know, that was a powerful thing. Big up to everybody that's in the chat. Thank y'all very much.
Yes, give thanks for all the shout outs and everything like that, because you know I can categorically say I do things from my heart and soul. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it.
Well, we all know how you roll, Kufunya.
That's right,
okay?
Kufunya.
That's how you do
it. Yes,
So we're gonna have a good time.
Now we have 5 minutes to go, but I do want to make sure we start with ladies first, as Simon says. With Kufunya, she is the crystal lady, healer, teacher. She's a beautiful, beautiful spirit, and always got a smile and a hug for everybody. I mean, that's how she rolls. It's really genuine. And you see how you can get in touch with her. The site is kufunya.com. Her email is Kufunya, IFE. Did I do that correctly?
Yeah, at gmail.com. Yes.
Her IG is Kufunya Star Rebel. I like Kufunya Star Rebel. Okay, that sounds just like that's a true Leo. Okay, that's how they roll.
Don't play.
Her TikTok is Kufunya Star Rebel, and her Cash App. This is very important. Please, so let me, you know, and I said it often, but I do want to say it again. The one thing about what we do is we have no golden parachutes, no 401ks, none of that. We out here on faith, just trying to help humanity. As corny as that may sound to some people, I think we're really doing the higher work, to be honest with you.
Yes.
And I know that sounds strange to some people. It's like, well, you don't have no dollars in your pocket. But I'd rather have a whole life of memories of helping humanity than trying to see how much money I got in my pocket. Because as soon as I go, it goes too.
That's right. But it doesn't mean that we're against putting up a trust and setting up a trust. We don't mean that we're against that.
Yeah,
I got 15 grandchildren I got to deal with.
Yeah, I got some grands myself, you know.
9 children and 15 grandchildren. We ain't playing with all.
Yeah, baby still needs shoes, right, Simon?
Baby still needs shoes and pampers.
Real talk.
Real talk. You know, they still need something. Matter of fact, my daughter asked me for some money to help her with the baby shower. I said, okay, all right. See, this is what we talking about.
Yeah, how you gonna say no? Okay.
Hey.
So as for my very special guest, King Simon, and my brother, who is the Numero Veda, how did you come up with the name Numero Veda, sir?
Woo, man. You know, Lloyd, it was, you remember I went through a whole thing of numerologics for a few months, and I had that. And then what happened is that I looked up the word numero and what was attached to it. And then I seen numerator. They got numerator out there. They got numerator, but they never had, they didn't put the numero and the Veda, that innovation together, because what I did is looked at the numbers and then look what I wanted to do from an innovative and motivational way. And then I said, wait a minute, let me do numero. I woke up the next day, because sometimes when you figure something out and you need to really figure it out, you go to sleep. And then it'll come to you in the next. I mean, I jumped up probably around 4 o'clock in the morning and wrote it down, and I did the numbers to it and broke it down. I said, you know how we gonna do, Lord.
Yeah, no, you got to capture it in the moment.
Exactly. Because that's why I sleep in a room by myself. If I'm with somebody, I say, look, you need your own room. I got my room.
I got you.
I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna jump up and turn on lights early morning, 2 o'clock in the morning.
You don't care what time it is, right?
So that's where my ideas are at. I mean, and I got my little pad and all that. And then my friend, Dr. Angela, who I had with me, Dr. Angela Moten, who I had with me with Sister Shahrazad Ali just recently, she had access to the lexicon dictionary and how to put words in there. So she showed me how to put the word in there. I had to break down the meaning, what language it came from, and all that kind of stuff. Boom. Now it's in the dictionary, but it has to build algorithm. It has to build up a momentum. Nice. So it's going to build up a momentum in the next 10 years, because what numerologists really do, we do motivate people, but they're going to realize that we're numerovating people. It's numerovation. I'm going to motivate people till the day they die. I'm not going to tell you how you're going to die and all that kind of. I want to see how you're going to live.
Have people ever asked you that question, Simon?
Say it again.
Have people ever asked you that question? How long you going to live and all that? Yeah, me. No. If I knew, I would keep it to myself.
And I leave it alone. I left it alone.
Yeah.
I said
stay
no.
in my lane. Okay.
Stay in my lane. Because we got Kiro that predicted death. You know, Kiro did that back in his day, and other readers did it. So I'm not gonna do that. Even Angelina, she predicted deaths too. So you know, Adams, she predicted deaths also.
Well,
so
the only thing I can predict is no one leaves this planet alive. That I
yes,
can predict.
as simple as
Okay?
nobody leaving the planet.
Melchizedek, unless you're Melchizedek.
Yeah, Mr. Melchizedek, and still something happened.
Enoch.
Something happened. So you know, I'm not gonna predict your death. I'm motivating you with what you got, and that's what it's all about for me. Motivating you with what you have now, so you can keep on taking it to the next level. Some of us, Lloyd, and you may have noticed this, they just want a consultation or what they call reading, and they don't do nothing with it. I'm like, come on, don't waste my time.
You know, there's a famous astrologer out in Ohio that does the same thing. He says he stopped reading. He says because people don't do anything with it.
People not doing nothing with it. But you know, you got people like Wesley Snipes that came to you. You got Iyanla Vanzant, I seen shout you out, said, Lord. And then, you know, contemporaries from back day. And I got some celebrities and people like that come to me. But, you know, they're doing things with it and continue to do. Even when Brother Rich got into a little spat with Dame Dash, and Rich asked him just one thing. Did you ever get a numerology reading? He said he was trying to shout me out. And he said he don't need it. And I understood that. The man already understands his mission. He don't need me to help him. He probably need, if he was losing money, I could help him out and say, why you need not to do that? I said, now P. Diddy needed us too. P. Diddy need us also. We could have told him from back in the day, don't do that.
Well, I can say that he is not going into the best year, and things are about to get worse before it gets better.
And you know, his critical cycle started on September 13th on Tupac's death day.
Yes, I know.
Wow.
How can you make this up, Floyd?
You can't make it up.
This is crazy.
I feel artists definitely need, like Lloyd would say, that the presidents and prime ministers and those in governmental positions, they know about this science, and they definitely have their people that they go through. Like when I looked at
of course,
Queen Elizabeth at the Golden Age, when she was going through her, you know, her trials and tribulations, she went to an astrologer, and they show that in the film.
Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria.
Yes,
all of them. Every single one of, even Hitler.
That's why I tell all you people that call yourself readers, I said, be a consultant, be an advisor. Change the language, because that's what they call them in behind the scenes, advisors.
Right.
I don't call myself a reader.
Napoleon had an astrologer. J.P. Morgan had, even President Reagan.
Exactly.
And there was an attempted assassination on his life on March the 30th of 1981 in front of the Hilton Hotel in downtown Washington. Mm-hmm. Nancy Reagan called in Kathleen Quinn, and he did not make a move for the rest of his term, 2 terms, unless it was checked through Kathleen Quinn. And she was the Aries, by the way.
It's a real thing.
And he was born February 6th, and that number 3 was one of his good numbers. So let's stop playing.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, we're going to have to go. I've got some announcements to make, but let me say this.
Yes, sir.
All 3 of us will be in the house.
Yes, thank you.
Brooklyn at 1396 Fulton Street, there this coming Sunday, the 27th. And on Saturday, we can't leave out. Sister Kufunya, would you like to just make just a brief announcement of who's going to be there Saturday, please?
Yeah, Brother Haru, he is actually a doctor, and he is also a lawyer, and he has the receipts for bringing people in alignment with their wellness. Mm-hmm. I mean, really severe situations that have been affecting our community.
Yeah.
He has the receipts for that. So that's not to be missed.
Very good. Very good.
Not to be missed.
Folksies, I've got to make some announcements before I get off. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll see you 2 on Sunday.
Thank you, King Simon. Thank you, Lloyd.
Thank you. You're welcome.
People in the chat, give thanks.
Obviously, those are my favorites, okay? Among the many favorites, but especially Simon. And I will talk about him till the cows come home, but that's my buddy. So I do want to let you know that this has been brought to you by visit Islam Internet, intellectualpowers.net. Click on that QR code and you will be getting a discount as soon as you say numbers. All right. And of course, the regular sponsor until the end of the year. And I'm glad she made that commitment. I'm very honored. Monique of Nicholas, and Monique is a sweetheart too. I'm telling you, all these ladies are sweethearts. And so I want to thank her for sponsoring the show, and also let people know that on the 19th they're going to have in Carew, who talk about precious jewelry. He's going to have a pop-up shop. He's going to have silverware, everything that relates to silver and things like that. Also, Miss Kimberly with Manifest on Purpose. You go to KIMBALEY.com. That's KIMBALEY.com. And also on the 1st, she is going to have a vision board mastery workshop. I've already signed up for it. Okay. So I'm going to start off the year of 2025 on a very, very good note. Today and tomorrow only are my classes. You know, if we try to save money. Sometimes we like to spend a lot of money to impress. Well, for these 3 courses, it's under $45. Now, if you want to impress, you can spend over $200. But I would suggest that why don't you just take the kind of road where you just spend and save yourself some money and get the knowledge at the same time. King Simon's course is also on Udemy as well too. But go to my link tree /numbers in you to find out how to enroll. In February, I'm going to be giving a professional. It shouldn't be workbook. It's a workshop. It's a Numbers in You Beyond workshop, and that's going to be on February the 25th. I will have a revised flyer for this on the 25th of February. And then in April, King Simon is responsible for me doing this. My first PowerPoint presentation was motivated by King Simon, and I'm going to teach people how to read hands. The hand is the most important. I mean, the whole body is important, but the fingers, the hands, and what it does, and it's just amazing. And we'll learn about that. And then beginning in January, I will be starting the power series, the power of this, that, and the other, the power of manifestation and visualization and precious metals and finances and cycles. And every month I'll be bringing a power series that you can use to empower yourself, as they say. So I'm very excited about that. And please, by the way, November is already in the works. Y'all should be getting that soon. But right now, for those that still want to get the October newsletter, it's absolutely free. You don't sell your email address. Or if you want to listen to it, just go directly to YouTube and click in the word Kimberly, KIMBALEY _, and you'll see the forecast for October. It will be presented also in November. And this is us here when we was doing October, and then we got November coming up. So anyway, this is it. And let me see. I think there was one more thing. Oh, and please, thank you very much for downloading the app for star8.com. Put in 5 stars. I understand it helps the algorithms, as they say. So we'll see. So if you can put in 5 stars, that will be great. And by the way, please, please, please be aware that you have people who will try to scam you out your money. Please pay attention when these people do this. Again, this is the fake one. There's been about several of these that have been faked, okay? This is the genuine one. And notice, it says, I will not DM you for money. No. So if they're trying to reach out to you they want to give you a reading, then like love, I don't talk like that to my clients. No. That's not how I roll. So anyway, I thank you very, very much. And I thank Simon, my buddy. And I thank Kufunya, who is just great. Everybody have a nice day. I'm trying to contact my guests. I'm supposed to have somebody on Detoxing Monday, so you can kind of clean yourself out and get ready for the new year. So I've left word for them. I guess they've been very busy, but they've been all over the world detoxing people. So that's going to be a very interesting experience. But everybody, I want to wish you well. Have a great, great week, a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.